Hello. We finally have an all black roof. Finally can retire these. Yeah, parts have arrived. Finally. There we go. Black roof. Finally. Looks so much better. Can't wait for everything to be black. But, you know, I need at least nine more of these uh, for the exterior to be black. And then four more inside. No, four more. Six more inside. So, yeah, a shit ton. Anyway, today we are not doing that. Today we are doing what we wanted to do last time already. Um, we want to do the torsion bar mount. So, uh, parts have arrived. I have already made something. So I have already made the mount, and the way I would like to do it, it would be, so this would be the bottom part. This would be the bottom part, and I would like the whole thing to be adjustable, just the way we had it in the first place. So from underneath the car. Uh, so that's why I would put either this or some other set of gear, but I would like this because I can, this is easy to turn and can be reached from below the car, just like we had it. And this way we don't have anything sticking out and interfering with stuff above it. That's how I would like to do it. Now, if we can do it, we'll see. We'll see. Chances are that we are gonna be denied this, or that we have to re-engineer things tiny little bit. Re-engineering is probably gonna be first, the first thing that we are gonna try. I can already see what we're gonna do. So let's dive into it. Okay, so first a reminder where the torsion bars need to be. For myself as well, I forgot. Yeah, okay. They need to be here. Yeah, okay. Great. So the torn bars are sitting here, just above this, just one pinhole above this. Okay, so as you can see, wait, did I made this for this side? Yeah. this side. So as we can see right now, this would fit. We can make this longer, and we can make the wheel that's turning it sit somewhere here instead of here. So it's more reachable here on the edge. But for this we need to redesign few things. Yeah, we need to redesign a few things because space is very tight. I would like to work on this side because this side is hard to see for me. So I need to just turn this around, and we're gonna jam it, you know, gonna jam it somewhere here. I don't know. We need to think of something because this is very the way I have it here, it's a very modular and neat package. I tested it, and it's you know, it's resilient. It doesn't there's no cracking, nothing. It's perfect. It cannot go in any direction. It's basically, well, it's even better than we had with the 8-tooth gear, at least the assembly, but it's bigger. So we need to think of a way to mount it here. So my favorite way would be actually to move this part of the cardan tunnel back one stud, which is not as easily doable as it looks. Well, technically, what we could do, I'm just looking at the options we have here. So yeah, you can see better. So it's all about the plates that are in here. I mean the plates, the panels. So we need to move panels back and forth a little bit because first I want to fill in this gap, which we said we are going to do this. And for this I'm going to remove the rocker panel because it's interfering with everything right now. There we go. And this guy is not important right now. So I would like to move this further to the front, so it, or one stud to the front, or do something so that they make contact. This will also improve the stability of the firewall immensely. But we need to make room for this in here, or engineer it in a way that we can actually fit it in here. So it would basically reside in the footwell, in the front footwell. It would stick out just the way stuff was sticking out before when we had the 8-tooth system. Let's see what the gearbox says. What is the room available here? Yeah. So, yeah. The gearbox says we can move everything one stud further back. And when we do this, then this slots right in here. Almost no modifications necessary. So, For this, we need to move both these panels one stud further back, and both these panels one stud further to the front. Jesus. Okay. And then we need to make sure, well, basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one side out completely, engineer the knobs here, and then we are gonna see where we can place these back in. So yeah, let's do what we can do best. Rip things apart. What's what for? Gipl. Huh? What's what for? Why are we ripping stuff apart? Come on, okay. This one is out, this is out. Okay, we don't need this at the moment. No, this. Excellent. I wish I had a sauna. You're just making me jealous. Well, Nino, the front is not stable enough because last time we solved the front, kind of, but we left this area undeveloped just because we knew that we need to fit this in here, and this is gonna combine everything together. So yeah, we are trying to fit this. So for this, I need to remove the whole part of the floor here. So this side of the car is not gonna have a floor in just a few moments. As soon as I battle these out. Yeah, I know I can build a sauna, but you know, right now I don't have the energy and the money to do this. And the place, the room. It's not in the cards at the moment. So, what do I need to do to get this out? Okay. Okay. We are close. Very close. Whoops. Floor is gone. Okay. And this needs to be removed as well. So, no carbon tunnel, no nothing. So the car is floorless. Shit has rusted away. This is what you get if you leave the car sitting in the grass for a few years. Nino, have you watched the stream from Wednesday, or were you here? Because if you were, we solved most of it. Right now, shit is flexing because we need to do something about this, but we solved most of the flex in the front. So there we go. Now we can place this. So like this. Does it interfere? No. Does not. This does not interfere. Oh, yeah, it has to be here. So yeah, it does not interfere with our frame at all. Does not. However, when I place this gear here and place it against the frame, then it's first gonna interfere, and second, it's gonna be too low for us to, you know, or is it? For us to grab it and rotate. The torsion bar box. This torsion bar box I made off stream, but doesn't matter, you know. It's with the new gear, with the new worm gear, and with the 20 tooth gear. The diagonal parts did fix a lot, but as I mentioned at the end of the stream, we still have things to do here at the bottom, but we left this open intentionally because we knew that we're gonna do exactly what I'm doing right now. Rip everything apart because we need to fit this. And then after this is fit, that this is being fitted, then we can go back and, you know, make a solution for a final solution for this. Yeah, I mean, we need to build another one anyway, you know. So I'll show you how it's done when I build the other one for the other side. Unless we run short of time, and I need to replicate the other side off stream. So yeah, we'll see. So this sucker needs to be here. Okay, if we turn this, what happens if we turn, no, yeah, okay. This cannot be like that. This cannot be like this because it's poking out way too much. So the only way it can be is like this. And then we need to do this, yeah. And because this is going so smoothly, this can actually sit in here. Oh, if only it was like that. I mean, I don't have much time to do stuff of, between streams. I mean, I cobbled this up together in like 5 minutes when the parts arrived. I do have some time over the weekend to either replicate the side that we did on stream on the other side, or some small development. But most of what I do is really on stream. So you haven't missed anything. And if I do something off stream, I do show you. Yeah. Okay. Let's mount this sucker in a way that preferably the mount for this would also do something for the stiffness of this. So combining both. How do we do that? And I need to think about how to mount this here as well. Because exactly where the holes here are, this does not match. Only this is convenient. This is not convenient because I use the connector here, so I cannot extend the axle here, which would be cool, but no go. I don't want to extend anything here because this will just create a longer area where the torsion bar cannot act. So I would also I also don't want to use anything here, because here I will place a bushing, so to further strengthen the axle. Um, hmm, that's a good one. So we can mount something here. We can mount something here. What about here? No, here we cannot mount anything either. That's not good. So um, shouldn't be difficult to make a suspension for two buggy motors. Why would it be difficult? It's very simple. I mean, I don't have any buggy motors here to show you, but this is very simple. The buggy motors basically are the swing arms, you know. Use the buggy motors as suspension. I mean, as suspension arms, and they drive the axles directly. And you can mount the wheel hubs directly to the buggy motors, and the buggy motors are then your suspension arms. I mean, they are acting longitudinally. I mean, it's not difficult, not rocket science. Um, so the problem with this is it's really nice, but it completely lacks mounting opportunities because of the axles, the wonderful connectors here that are very good for this, but they are useless for mounting stuff. And we need to solve this. There's two ways to do this. Either use something that doesn't involve the connectors, in case we need, in this case, we need to redesign the whole body of this, or find a way to mount this as is. Let's see. When the suspension is compressing, the forces are acting like that. So it's pulling this guy out here, and it's compressing it here. So on this side, the mounting point here can be extremely simple. It can be as simple as doing this and mounting it here. Here. So this can be done here. However, since the suspension compressing is going to do this, we need to create something that's preventing this from being pulled out. That's how it's going to be sturdy. Ideally, the holes would match here and downstairs, but they don't. So we need to perhaps engineer something that will make the holes align. So it needs to be either one hole above or one hole below. What? Basically, you have two motors power both wheels at the same time using a portal axle as a gearbox, so you have three different gear. Oh, you want gear options? Okay, that makes it more difficult, but yeah. Do you half stat? What half stat? I cannot use a half stat here. Do you need uh, uh, gear options. I mean, with the buggy motors, you don't really need gears. Just, I mean, it's silly. Um, so basically, the situation we're facing, we want to mount this and this area. Top mount here is no problem, but we need to mount it. Ideally would be if this would be longer and I could mount it here, but and this would prevent it from being pulled out, but I don't have this option. And anything I do would basically compromise the strength. It's a tricky one. Sounded good on paper, but uh, hmm. Hmm. Okay, I solved it. Solved it. Solved it. Ah, come on. The solution was here all along. Suddenly we have new mounting opportunities. So there we go. Now we can mount this. So let's see. Nice. Nice. Yep. Of course, we need to mount it on this side as well with something. But this is good. Not perfect yet. Of course, you see, it's being pulled out, but it's gonna be held in on the other side by the current tunnel. So let's simulate this a little bit. Still doing a little bit pulling. here this is happening. But I guess, yeah, this is not gonna happen because I'm pulling it. Only the force will only be down. So the pulling here isn't gonna happen, and this is gonna be enough force to hold it in. And we are gonna have something here as well. So this is fine. This, however, is not. So ideally, I would like to create something here that would attach, come on, that would attach to this with an axle hole. So axle hole and all axle holes. Either it needs to be either pinholes or all axle holes. Never axle in pinhole. And let's see what can we do about that. So can you send me the picture on Eurobricks or somewhere, or on Facebook, or on Viber or Telegram, wherever, and I'll copy it here. So ideally, we would have an axle hole here. That would make things much better. For example, like this. We would have an axle hole, but not like this, because this we cannot mount this properly. Wait, maybe this is enough. Maybe this is gonna be enough. So we can have it like that, and an axle. So we would have the axle go through it, and attach like that. That would be much better. We don't care about this because the action is gonna be in the other direction. That's more like it. Yeah, that is much more like it. Yep. This is much better. And it's a very clean solution and very simple. There's no excess. And we can have the wheel here, you know, for adjusting the torsion bars. And that's it. So if this is here, and this guy is here, it's not guaranteed that this is gonna work, because there's the steering column might have a word with us, might not fit through here. Yeah, steering column might have trouble fitting here. Is this the driver's side? Yeah, this is the driver's side. Okay, so we're gonna do the driver's side first and see what the steering column has to say about it. So, okay, we need to do, in case we are gonna use this. Suddenly, our frame rail isn't gonna be able to be in the inside. It has to be on the outside, but that's not really a big problem. Doesn't change anything, doesn't interfere with anything. Mm. Okay. Hmm. Now I'm interested in the steering column. So for this, I'm gonna put the suspension back in, but without the wheels because the wheels are just in the way and heavy. There we go. And without the torsion bars because I just don't need the interference. Where did you send it? Where did you send the picture? Like that. Okay, I'm satisfied with that because we need just this. So we just need to see if the steering column is gonna be able to pass through here. Yeah, I was too busy designing. The link, there's no link in the chat. You cannot post links in the chat into the chat. Nobody's gonna see it. Okay. So I need to basically reverse this. Steering column says no. I don't want this. So it needs to be here on the lower end. Let's see. Okay. Now there should be no problem. Yeah. Now the problem is somewhere else. So yeah, that's the solution. That's the solution. So we can remove the front suspension once again. I'm gonna go on Imgur just in a second. Just in a second. Okay. Let's see. I cannot see the picture. I can see the slash stuff, but the picture is not there. Can you can you post the link anywhere that I can copy paste it on Facebook, on I don't know, anywhere. Post it on the LP Power chat on Facebook, or I don't know, somewhere, just so I can copy paste it. In the meantime, while I do that, let's continue here. Where's the floor of the car? Yeah, it is, but LP Power Facebook. Just find LP Power on Facebook. It's not hard. Okay. No, that's my private one. LP Power. Here, and go to send a message here. Mm-hmm. It's without the JPEG. Um, yeah, no. That's you know, I thought this would be as simple as what you posted, but it's not. The problem is that under load, this is gonna fall apart. That's why I'm using the lift arms. It is the same gearbox, but the housing is not gonna work. Believe me, I tried. It's much stronger than this because right now the worm gear and the gear cannot pull apart. Yeah, but I'm fine with the mounting points we have. They are just the way we need it. This is as strong as it gets. See, this is as strong as we need it, and it's compact as we need it. It's just perfect. Okay. Uh, I mean, I can build your version just so we check once more. No problem. It's no hassle. Let's build your version and see why it's not what I chose to do. After all, we all can learn something here. And I need to prepare parts for the other side anyway. Of course it needs to be. I don't want this. I don't want to reinforce it because this makes this way we just use more parts and it's heavier. So in theory, this is just as good. The problem comes when you're doing a suspension. So in a suspension, see, every time the car the suspension depresses, this can happen instantly. This is not good. In the version I have, this cannot happen at any point. So that's why I did what I did. But for some simple mechanism for adjusting stuff, this is fine. Yeah, the car. So where were I? Where was I? The floor. So we need to fit the floor back in. Yeah, because this here, you have a frame with two of those thin lift arms, and nothing can move. It's fixed. Nothing can be torn apart. Yep, that's it. And the force of the worm gear pushes everything apart. Okay, so I want this to connect to this. So even without the floor, this is quite sturdy. Yeah, let's make a completely new floor from the back to the front. So this guy here is gonna stay as he is. This guy here, maybe not. Maybe not. I'm just gonna do them like this. So here we are gonna use a swapperoo. We basically just swap this around. There we go. Like this. So now we have room here. We have plenty of room for gears. Oops. So we can basically mount this gear here somehow, and we should be fine. Well, how the fuck do we mount it? That's the other problem. I think we need to remove this temporarily to gain access to this. So this would basically mean that we're gonna remove half of this. Come on. Half of this, yeah, like that. Here. And I guess here, yeah. What is that noise? Who wants something from me? Okay. There. Oh, Method, hey. Glad you can join. So, now that we removed half of the front, we can focus here on the problem. How do we mount this gear? Doesn't need to be anything fancy. We just need it to be here, basically. And do you remember how we did? How we basically prevented everything from turning itself by making it by adding a friction pin. I would perhaps like to do this here as well, in some way. Okay, this may be simpler than I thought. Let's see if we can add just this and this. You see? because this is all we need. And we add this here. We can connect it here, and that's our adjustment mechanism right there. Let's see how it connects. So it connects where? Here. It connects here, but we need to prevent it from doing that. Okay, we can do that. This is doable. Basically, we have to push a pin. Yeah, okay, we cannot push a pin there, but we can remove this. Use a pin here, attach it here, and attach it somewhere here. However, at this moment, I need to reattach this. See, you know, if this guy doesn't interfere with this. Okay. We're good. We're good. We are good here. But we need to see, we need to somehow solve the dilemma here. Okay, underneath here we have room. See, we have room here underneath, and maybe we can combine the attachment of this with the attachment of this. So if our guy here is in here, see, we can then put a connector here, and then we can bind this and this together. Yeah, sure. No problem, you can get a recap. So today, last time we did the front frame rails. This time we are doing the mounting points for the front torsion bars, which are on the firewall, of course. We need a few things from them. We need them to be adjustable and reachable, of course. We need them to be as sturdy as possible, and at the same time we need to finish the floor of the car, because we waited with the floor of the car for so long, because we first, of course, needed to solve the frame rails here, and secondly we needed to install these. So now that we have these, we can actually solve the problem of the floor of the car. So it's, I mean, it's like a domino effect. Everything is connected, just like in the real car. And you know, I'm doing in Lego what you did in the Manta, basically doing the floor. But I'm re-engineering it, or engineering it. You just had to rebuild it. Okay. So come on. Here I have now two options. I can use this guy, which I cannot use because this little hole here is preventing me from doing that. Would be ideal, but I cannot. I can use this guy. So if I use this here, then I have the option to attach this here, because I need to prevent this from moving back and forth, nothing more. Up and down is solved. So if I put our friend here, that. And if I use another piece here, like that, I have solved basically both problems. So I have fixed the firewall, doesn't move anymore inside, and I have the mounting opportunity for this. There. Cannot move anymore. Now we can attach this back. There we go. There we go. Smooth. Very nice. And this concludes that. Of course, now I have to take it all apart again to permanently fix these two together. And then we can move further in to the tunnel. And that's gonna be interesting as well. Come on. Needs to be as simple as possible. The simpler, the better. So here I have this guy, and in the back I have 2 pins. That's all it's needed. Aha. Okay. Small complications, but nothing major. So I need to mount this in another way, like this. Otherwise, I cannot mount this. There. There we go. Okay. So here I can just put in a pin, and it's done. This goes in first. There. There. So this is just a dummy access for now, so don't pay attention to it. Okay. Let's move on. I bought, where is the bag? Okay. So I bought more black panels so we can retire the white ones. And we're gonna use the black ones here, of course. And beautiful, see? Ha! This immediately connects into this pinhole. Okay. So the floor can basically remain the same shape as it was. We cannot, we do not have to change it at all, which is good. Helion, no problem. There is no problem whatsoever. So the problem here is, how the fuck do we connect this? I can force it, but I don't really want to. We're gonna make the everything on the other side. So, yeah. See, that's interesting. How do we make this actually? Okay, I see. Now we go into Lego territory. Okay, so what's the problem? I can jam this in here, of course. But how would Lego do it? So we remove this axle here, so we can slide all of this, including the what's this? The back, or we don't. We just remove this. Yeah, okay. I'm stupid. Okay. I'm a stupid man's idiot. No need to do anything drastic. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And there we go. There we go. No need. See how neatly modular our project is. I like that. And we're gonna use this as well. This opportunity to okay, to see what we can do about that. Okay. Okay. This is like, okay. This needs to be one step further back. No matter what we do, this needs to go back. But we knew that. For this, I'm gonna take one of the new ones that I bought, and let's see what mounting opportunities we have here. So since we need to move it back, we need to move these guys as well. So I need to move, yeah, we need to change this. So one of them can remain, one of them has to move. We are gonna move one here. See, because it meshes with the holes here. And we need something here, but I want this to be as far front as possible, to be here, to be as much help to this as possible. Okay, so what's the opportunity on the other side? So on this side we can basically delete this. I'm just gonna simulate the spring. Oh, come on. Okay, and let's see what happens when when the car is actually doing its job, the suspension. Very nice. Okay, we don't have to brace it here, so we can basically eliminate this part. We don't have to brace it here because the tunnel, you see how the tunnel deforms. Can you see how, no you can't, wait. Can you see how the tunnel deforms? So the tunnel, once it's done, will also be a load-bearing structure. Don't forget that when the gearbox goes back in, the gearbox is also going to be a factor here in mounting everything, you know. So the gearbox is gonna be exactly here, exactly here. Yeah, this is the position of the gearbox. There. And we need to, you know, the rear mount of the gearbox. Here we need, before it was this guy, which was very neat. Now we have to recreate something here. We have to be a bit creative with the way we do this. Or do we? Yeah, we do have to be creative. Because I want to keep those. We could go with the round ones. So we could go with these. But I don't want to, because that's, I don't know. This slots in much easier. Slots in much easier than everything. But then again, if we don't have these, then the tunnel is more prone to flexing. I don't want to use rubber parts as mounts. They are way too flexible, and I want the gearbox to be. The gearbox is actually going to provide support to the tunnel as well. Not yet, method, not yet, but that's well. There's not gonna be a brace. There's no room for it. This is already the bottom part of the car, so the gearbox is the brace. Okay, so yeah, I think we don't have any other option. We are gonna do this. We are gonna do this. The tunnel has priority, and on this side we need to brace. Come on. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna remove the roof. It's just in the way. We cannot work like this. I mean, I cannot work like this. The roof needs to go. There we go. Now our convertible is much more suitable for viewing. Okay, so here we now need to make a simple solution how to brace the firewall and the tunnel. You know, because this is gonna improve the stability of the car immensely. Luckily, or is that luckily? Ah, come on. This detached. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we have there's two studs. Two studs of room here between. And we have this to take into account. Okay, so it moves. Okay. It's inconsequential. Well, fuck me. Where's the steering column? Okay, yeah, it doesn't interfere with it. Okay, I was afraid this does interfere with the steering column, but it does not. Okay, and let's take. You have to understand that when we do this, see the gearbox when it's in, uh, is goes exactly to the bulkhead here, and we need to take into account that the gearbox is there. However, on each side of the gearbox, we have about one stud room to do something. Why are you? Ah, yeah, okay. The gearbox cannot be further to the front. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I'm just thinking right now. Yeah. Okay. I found the solution. First, we need to modify the gearbox. Nothing major, but significant nevertheless. So what we need to do, this guy here is gonna be replaced. And I'm gonna show you exactly why. Just as soon as I find this. Let's just check everything works. Okay, so first gear, second, third. Now we can go one stud further. Come on. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Why did I do this? Simply because this was half stud too much in the front. If I use this, I couldn't fit. Well, I then couldn't fit this here because the half stud was interfering. Now I can. So now let's see what happens on the firewall. So now I can, okay, now I can mount stuff like this because the gearbox the stuff on the gearbox is exactly in between. It doesn't interfere with it just about. Just about. Just about. I think wrong. Am I wrong? God, I'm totally wrong. But not in all the ways. So we cannot have these two. But I didn't even want to use these. Okay, so this is possible. Now this is possible because see this guy here on the right, this guy wasn't able to reach as far in. So let's mount this back in. Okay. Okay. Now let's see what opportunities we are presented with. Okay. Now we can combine this somehow. Of course, the gearbox is gonna go in at least one more time, so we can see exactly where the limits are. There. Okay. And basically what I want here is I want to can you see it? Okay. I want to tap into this pinhole here. I want the firewall to attach to this pinhole somehow in a way that doesn't require a lot of parts. For example, I use this guy here. This isn't gonna go. This isn't gonna work. Okay, I know what works. I know what works. I'm gonna do this and you are gonna say if you think this is cool or not. First, let me see if I'm not gonna embarrass myself. Yeah, I'm totally gonna embarrass myself because I didn't think this through. No. No. This is gonna work. It's gonna work. Yes, okay. This is gonna work. Perfect. Okay. Oh my god, that's gonna be so nice. And this. Yeah. There. Our connector to the firewall. Now we just need to find a way to connect it. I mean, yeah, just the way we did it before. Basically, we remove this guy, then everything is gonna be easy peasy. There. Perfect. There we go. Now this is really doing its job. It needs to push the tunnel in, because the tunnel is gonna connect further down the line, and it's gonna prevent this from happening. And come on, let me mount you. Okay, and now when I activate the springs, the tunnel is not moving anymore. Incredible. The tunnel is not being the spring anymore. Very, very nice. I do see, I don't know if you do, if you see it, I do see some flexing. And let's see if we can somehow prevent this from happening. Okay. Ideally, this part would somehow connect to the firewall. I mean, to this. But the traditional way it's not gonna work, because the worm gear is too high. So we perhaps can mount it here with a simple 90-degree connector. A 90-degree connector. Like that. Okay, let's test it again. Oh yes. Now the force is again pushed into the tunnel. This is perfect. This is it. This is it, boys and girls. And now we can finish the frame rail. Where is it? Here is it. Here it is. So now let's mount this back up and see where we are at. I will perhaps use this on the inside, like that. So we have free rein here. There. There we go. And now we are at the situation where we wanted to be last time. So now we can, you see, now we can properly mount this here. Let's see. Where is that? This. We need to take into consideration this as well. Come on. Okay. Hey, Matthias. I mean, I am enjoying myself. I hope the guys are doing the same. Okay, so if I join this just here, it's not gonna be enough because this is not really providing any support. See, we need to have something here. Okay. See, this is not good. We can have something here. There. And we can also have something here. There. And let's see what this means. Especially compared to the other side. Oh yeah, look at the other side where we don't have anything. Oh my god, this is moving so much. This side, not so much. This isn't moving anymore. The only flex is in the pin here, and the pin combining the T-piece here to our lift arm. Oh yeah, with minimal stuff here. Okay, we can put this in here. Oh, come on. There. And we are gonna put this in here. So now none of this can move. We put this on and things here are closed. There. Now this is rock solid. The only thing we need to do now is replicate everything we just did on the other side. Simple as that. See, our simple and hidden mechanism for adjusting the springs. I like it really much, very much. Yeah, and this is okay. Yeah, this is actually very sturdy now. It's much sturdier than this because this, of course, isn't connected to the firewall, isn't connected here downstairs, and the firewall here is also much sturdier now because it's leaning against the floor and against the tunnel, which it didn't do before. So this is a very good basis for the car. Yeah, much better. Much better. Yeah, so now we are replicating what we had there on the other side. And like the Americans say, there's nothing to it but to do it. And it's gonna go a lot faster now because we know exactly what to do. No, they will not be synchronized. That may be that may sound like it's a bad thing, but to be honest, the original car doesn't have the mechanism synchronized either. So this is true to the original. If you look at it this way. Okay, so now this part is gonna go out of the car. This is gonna be changed just for the black part. Okay, and it goes back in. But it's at the same spot. Or is it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah. Same spot, yeah. For a moment, I was just a little bit confused. Yes, just in the real car. You need to adjust both sides separately. But it's not as difficult as you think. Because I'll show you once we connect all of this. You basically adjust them in tandem, and you know. Yes, this adjusts the height of the car as well. This is just the height. Okay, now let's replicate this little thing here. Just like that. No, wait, it's not here. Ah, silly me. It's here. It's on the firewall, of course. Yeah. Here. There. Yeah. Okay. It's gonna be here. There. And now that we know how everything goes together, this is here. This is here. There. Yeah, that's one way to look at it. Yeah, you have to adjust every component individually. That's just how it is. When you do wheel alignment, for example, and in the charger, it's the same. Also, if most of the time there's just the driver in the car, you adjust for that as well. So obviously, if there's just a driver in the car, then you know the car would be set up for that it would be a little bit higher on one side than the other from the get-go. Okay. put this guy in right away. Okay. There we go. Okay. And now just the mechanism, and we're done. And we're done. Yeah. Yes, there will be instructions. Absolutely. That was the goal from the beginning. Instructions are absolutely a must. Now I need to remind myself how it's done here. Okay, okay. So here and here. I'm doing this with instructions in mind. I want you to do this. I want you to build this car. Without modifying parts. Oh my god. Well, my history is with modifying parts. I basically modified parts in every suspension that I did. So I cannot answer this question truly honestly. Okay, so we need this and this. Yes. And we can start mounting our suspension. Ah, okay. I need another one. So I'm not shy with this with these parts because I know Lego uses them everywhere they can as well. So yeah, even more. There, there, there. Of course, we must not forget this side. There. Oh, come on. Okay. There we go. Now we have, oh yeah, forgot, axle. Axle and the 90 degree part, which is this guy. Okay. I'm looking forward actually to mounting the wheels on the car right now and see how stiff the springs are. This is gonna be interesting. So you see how nicely everything works. Click there. Now we have this here. It goes like that. No, come on. There we go. And we're almost done. What? There. I mean, what we have just done today is gonna have a ripple effect throughout the whole car. So everything will be stronger because of this. Okay. We're missing this guy. There. And where's the other rocker panel? Here it is. What are we missing else? Yeah. This. There we go. It's always the last one. It's hard to get in. Okay. Holy shit. Okay, this is, oh my god, this feels a lot different than last time. Let's finish the rest of the tunnel and then we can put the roof on and check for stiffness. Okay, so the last part of the tunnel. It's not gonna be cheap though. I suspect that individual parts prices for this is gonna be just horrible. Okay, so let's see. Okay, we have a problem here right straight away. So we cannot combine the tunnel as it was before, simply because come on. Simply because if you look at the position here, the holes don't align, and the holes have to align. Otherwise, we don't get any strength. So, what can we do? See, these holes have to align. What do you mean with another reinforcement? There's no need. There's no need for it. It's not. It's not present in the real car anyway. So I'm not gonna add it. Okay. Okay. Now we're in a little bit of a pickle here. So the way we are going to solve this, because I really want this to be stiff, we are gonna move this guy one stud further to the back and add a 3-stud lift arm here. There's no other way. And for this to be done, we need to disassemble what we put together here. Well, not all of it, just a little bit. Just a tiny little bit. But no biggie. We've been there before. Come on. There. Okay. We add this little piece here. And then you are getting here. And you are getting here. There we go. There. One side done. Yeah, I'm gonna go like this. Just because this is gonna look better and cleaner. There we go. Great. Yes, it's going to be a lot of work to make instructions for this. I know. I am not looking forward to it, but someone has to do it. And the instructions that I'm going to make are gonna be not part by part. I never do instructions part by part. If you need instructions like Lego does it, you are not qualified to build the car. But I will give the instructions that I make to someone who can make a model of the car in Lego Digital Designer or some other software, so that you can have a model, and we can have a parts list generated. Hey Basti, you are a bit late, yeah. We just made a new floor for the car, and we made mounts for the torsion bars. There. Now we can mount this as usual. I mean, as usual, just as it was before, but without this. So the problem here now, we do get to mount this, but we need to find a way how to mount it in the rear. That's gonna be a challenge. Well, not gonna be a challenge, but I can force it in, as I usually do. Don't tell girls that. That was a bad joke, but yeah. It had to be said. I have no idea how many parts. If I had to estimate 2.5, 3, or maybe not. Maybe I'm guessing completely wrong. Okay, this is how we're gonna do it. So 1, 2. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be a 13 stud. 13 stud, and we are going to change the mounting points for these. Very simple. Very simple. So these are now gonna be with normal pins. Like that. It's gonna become apparent why I'm doing this. I'm gonna show you right away. Come on. Cocksucker. Yeah, okay. So, why have I done what I have just done? So, we are going to mount the last part of the tunnel. See, so that we are basically gonna pin it here. 1, 2, 3, yeah, here. We're gonna use 4 pins, 2 on each side. So instead of forcing it in, we can just attach it here. Yeah, let's go in, please. Come on. One is going in and the other doesn't. Classic. Okay. Okay. See, now this can go in without forcing us, and now we can attach it Nothing has been forced, everything works. Now let's attach it here on the bottom. There we go. Perfect. And now it's time for us to see where exactly the new location for this is. I suspect our steering, hand of God steering, is gonna be one stud further to the back. One stud further back. There. Nothing, we don't need to change anything here. But this guy is, oh, I think it's even in the same position. Could be. No, it's definitely one stud further back. But that's okay. It's still, it was, I think it was here before, now it's here. But that's still okay. It's nothing like the Lego charger where the steering is here. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay. Okay. Now before we do anything, we have to attach the front suspension. And by the way, our convertible version of the charger is a lot stiffer than it was. A lot stiffer. Yeah. Let's attach the roof because I want to see the improvement in strength. There we go. Okay. Where is my placeholder? I just want to attach the real front clip, just so we know where we're at. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is so much better. Everything here feels so strong. I mean, I remember how it was before we rebuilt this. It was just, my god. Yeah, and here you can see with the attached front end that, yeah, it still does move a little bit. It still does move a little bit. But you can see that it translates a little bit here into the roof. So last time when we did this, the movement didn't translate into the roof, but it ended here. So this was so much softer than it's now. The E30 project was scrapped entirely, but not because of the body or any inherent problems with it, but just because I wasn't into it. I crashed the car, and you know, we can revisit it one day. But we have other projects before that. So, considering that the suspension is gonna be here, this is incredibly strong. If you ask me, if you grab the real car like that, and if you were a giant, took the real car and did the same to it, the same would happen. So relatively speaking, this is very strong. You know. But let's attach the front suspension. Where is it? Because what we still need to do, we still need to do the steering column. The steering column is also very important because this is where the hand of God steering connects to it. So without steering column, no steering, no fun. Ah yeah, uh, torsion bars first. Without torsion bars, okay, yeah, the half stud that we need. Torsion bars first. There we go. Ah, now I need to adjust them to slot in. Hmm? Come on, where are you? Ah yeah, there. Okay. We can do stuff like that if you want to see them. It all depends on what you guys want to see. If you guys want to see stuff like that and exactly what you want to see, we can do them. We can do either diaries or I can do a video of it, or we can live stream it. Doesn't, I mean, okay, come on. Oh, please fit in. Come on. Okay. Okay. There we go. This. There. I suggest we mount the whole suspension and see what happens. Because we have reached a point where we can attach the suspension back on, I think. Oh, okay. That's why this guy was here. Okay. No biggie. Well, what if you enjoyed the development diaries? What kind of suspensions would you like to see? I mean, I so far I've covered a lot of them. because the point of the development diaries was that I just made episodes of what I did. And now that I'm streaming, basically, this is what I do. I mean, you see directly what I do by watching the streams. There. Okay, this is pretty good. I can tell you that the suspension feels a lot better than it did when we had the 8-tooth gears. A lot better. And I mean by a huge margin. Silicone to seal the pistons. I don't know if I saw that. I'm just adding a little bit of weight to the car, you know, to just simulate what's happening. But so far, this suspension is a lot stiffer than before. A lot stiffer. A lot stiffer. I like this a lot. And let's just put some stuff on it, just to add weight, you know. What else? Ah, that's about it. It's not bad. It's not bad. Still not stiff enough for me, I guess, but it's a lot more compliant. Before, the suspension was just collapsing. Now it's fine. This is fine, and I think we can do it a little bit stiffer as well. Yeah. It does gain positive camber on load. That's by design. It has all the angles that you need and want. So what we could do to increase the suspension stiffness is basically just adding preload here. We add preload to the torsion bars, and that's it. I mean, you technically you can adjust the height, but the problem is that the torsion bars are not stiff enough. So I have to jack them up as much as possible, and when the car is going to be completely done, so with all the stuff that it's gonna get, engine, gearbox, interior, everything, it's gonna be, the right height's gonna be just right, and the stiffness is gonna be just right. So it gains positive camber when you lift the car up from the ground. So at when it's fully unloaded, then it gets some positive camber, just like it should. I don't know if you can see it on camera, probably not. But then when you compress the suspension, the upper part of the wheel goes in. That's true to an extent. To an extent. yeah, so that's it for today. Next time, steering. We need to do the steering wheel, connect it back to the hand of God steering that we have here. Um, yeah, and then we are about ready to do the engine. And I do have good ideas for the engine block. So it's gonna be a very interesting engine, not just a run-of-the-mill Lego affair. What's that? What? Wait a minute. What's happening here? Oh, okay. Yeah, nothing special. Nothing that shouldn't. Okay. So yeah, the charger is back on the road. It's stiffer than it ever was because before when when I picked the car up here and lifted it up, I could feel that for a few millimeters nothing happened in the rest of the car. Just the front part of the car was, I lifted the front part of the car without anything happening. So that was not good. And here, not anymore. This is perfect, stiff as it should be. Now I can feel the rear part doing this. So I will probably have to do something to the rear again. But yeah, now the car is, I mean, the body is really stiff. It's, I mean, no Lego car that you can buy in the shop is that stiff. So yeah. Anyway, that's it for today. On Monday we are doing the steering, or well, maybe I'm going to do it myself over the weekend, so I don't bore you. But on Monday, if I make the steering over the weekend, we can do the engine. For that, I have just ideas, nothing special, and I'm certainly not gonna do the engine over the weekend. And we are gonna see what we can come up with. Um, so yeah, please, if you can, support me on Patreon with donations. Lego is expensive. If we want to do the Bugatti Chiron project next, I need to save up a little bit of money to buy the car, to buy the motors, to buy everything, and I'm enjoying the streams very much. I hope you do too. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I see you on Monday.